Cue scene.
Cue scene, yeah. Okay, so you arrive back to the castle without any more mishaps, adventures, strange cutthroats trying to steal your coffins. With the general, with Tori in tow. Yeah. What are you gonna do now?
Can I mention something? Just like as a piece of housekeeping?
Yes.
That by the time we arrive at the castle, wherever the arrow struck me in, there's like barely any sign of injury left, and I would have used 3 points of my lay on hands to recover those lost hit points.
Okay, sure thing.
Oh yeah, you were shot.
You notice
Kind
that the castle is also getting more populated, so there are more people now in the castle than there were before.
The Duchess back. I see a token.
Duchess is back at the head of the coffin.
I would try to lock eyes with Dulof.
Dulof is kind of hanging at the front of the castle, visibly sweating now. Oh, thank God you're back! Did you sort out the thing?
It has been sorted, yes.
Okay, right. I don't know how we're gonna do this, because the Duchess
has
is...
plan.
I immediately walk up to my distant cousin.
Reinhard has plan.
What was your plan, Reinhard?
Reinhard.
Reinhard.
We have... You know what? We will work that one out later. Plan is pretend no one in that coffin. Pretend needs special attention for General. Take that coffin away. Place General down. Do eulogy straight after. Distract everybody. No one have time to ask question. No one need answer the question.
You can't do the eulogy until midnight.
Why not?
It is routine. We hold
Routine?
the funeral at midnight when the veil is the closest between the two realms.
We should probably put this guy back where we found him then, because this not gonna work.
I do have an idea as well. What if we told the Duchess about only the bump, and that we brought Tori here to see to the coffin. So we move the coffin to a side room for Tori to have a look, and we do an old switcheroo.
That is better plan than Reinhard. Not too proud to admit.
This seems like a good thing. I could even tell the Duchess that I'm here to just do some maintenance, make sure everything's good, because
Do
they
not
needed a
overthink.
check after it got knocked or whatever. Like I'm happy to go tell her.
Oh, and Reinhard addition. Very smart, Reinhard is. Maybe not mention bump. Maybe mention noticed scuff. If we mention bump, she's not going to be happy.
Good call. Very useful.
Very smart.
Yep. No, I'm good to do this.
Go then. Go do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Me and would walk Tori up towards where Victoria has approached the Duchess.
Oh, thank God.
Just shoving the other helper down as well. Like, go do. Wait, I don't think this person's needed anymore. Sorry.
Tori is the closer Tori gets to the Duchess, the more she's visibly shaking and questioning her life choices and looking like,
Mian will put a hand on Victoria's shoulder and speak towards the Duchess and Victoria and say, "Here is one of the coffin makers to take a look since we noticed the scuff." And just like do a squeeze to Victoria's shoulder. "So if it's all right with you, Duchess, we'd like to move the coffin to maybe a side room where it can be seen to make sure it's in perfect condition for the ceremony."
I'm gonna need a deceive check.
Oh no!
Can I give an assist?
Sure.
Because Victoria is actually just going to keep it simple. She's going to walk up to the Duchess Morwen and she's going to say, "Greetings, sister cousin. Condolences on behalf of the entire De Rosa family. I won't ask you how you fare. That is a stupid question. The General meant so much to me too. Do you, would you like to talk privately? I noticed you burst out in tears earlier. Do you want to, just you and me, like we used to?
I can't. I've got to be here for the guests now. They're all turning up.
Just for 5 minutes. They won't miss you for 5 minutes, cousin.
Roll to
Come
persuade.
on. So is Mian still going to deceive as well?
I mean,
because I was trying to give an assist to Mian.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like you seem like you're going down different tracks. So.
Okay,
because
right.
Mian already said that.
Yeah.
And then you went down a different track. So. I would count those as separate situations and separate roles.
Wow, I got 9.
21 persuasion.
The Duchess was not convinced by the scuffness, but is more inclined to, okay, yes, go and have a chat, and I'm sure they won't miss me for 5 minutes, and you can see to the scuff, and so you will she'll lead you over here. So...
I'll give a quick look at the bard who was guarding in the coffin and give them a nod of acknowledgement, and to I'll mouth under my breath, "Get it done."
It's not a guard. It's a priest.
Oh,
he was just
sorry.
He was just standing vigil over the coffin. He's actually a priest of Timora.
Okay, in that case, it's just a nod of acknowledgement, and I'll change the mouthing to "We've got it done."
He looks visibly relieved. Okay, right. Duchess is out of action. Who's going to switch the coffins?
I'm not. but Reinhardt is gonna grab Esteban by the pantails. I don't know how it's called. By the jacket. By the anything dangly. You're
I like the idea of
okay?
pantails.
Come, big folk. Must carry thing again. No, it hurts pride. No, it hurts pride. Every time.
I've got
no
many
respect
more
for
talents.
You are
right,
so talented. Very talented.
Oh, I'm not.
Go on.
Heavy.
Is somebody going to get other side, or is Esteban just going to drag outside? Because this.
I will drag it on the ground.
Me and it's letting this go on for like a moment, and then helps.
Lift, big folk, lift. There you go. So strong.
My back.
Don't mind your back. Put your back into it.
I'm fairly certain that's not how it works.
Lift.
Surrender your
Bend
back
your
to the coffin.
knees, not your back.
Okay, here we go. Oh, what is
What-
this?
can I as a player
This is just
ask what's
happening in the middle.
Esteban's strength?
Oh god.
May I ask the player ask what Esteban's strength is?
Oh,
To
Esteban's strength is a 13.
13? Okay, yeah. So Mian is a bit bulkier.
Oh,
I fight with my words and my face and my charm. I don't use muscles like this. This hurts.
very beautiful. Come on. Oh,
Just stop. Like you can complain as much as you want after the work is done.
I find complaining during the work helps the work go faster. I don't want to
For me,
do
it
this.
seems like an eternity.
Who's gonna lift me when I'm in the box?
Me.
Oh God! Why would you say that?
I got you, buddy. Yeah. I guess
I
this
guess,
is what's
I guess
happening in the middle of
eventually
the
we
room.
get the job done.
Oh.
Okay, roll athletics to carry the coffin over and roll it with advantage because there's
with
two of you doing it.
Okay, wait. So who's doing what?
Wait, is there not two of you doing it? I thought.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
roll strengths to.
I mean, Esteban rolled twice.
Yeah, with
Oh, yeah,
advantage.
with advantage.
So Esteban's just doing it on their own.
No, but Noir rolled with advantage, which usually symbolizes the work
Like
of
a group effort.
yeah,
No,
group effort.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Did you want both of them? Did you want both of them?
I wanted
roll, I
both
can roll.
of them.
Yeah.
I wanted both
Yeah.
Do they
players
both
to
roll
roll
with advantage?
athletics
With advantage.
advantage.
Okay, so I also get to roll with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here we
Because-
go.
If you've ever carried a coffin,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
there is usually four
Ooh,
people
I-
either side, and there's
Yeah.
two of you carrying this.
It didn't get sent to roll 20, but
Oh.
it was a 10 total. I rolled a nat 1 and a 5, so
Okay, well, it wasn't the nat was.
Mian is doing that thing where it's like just barely doing the work and letting someone else make major.
You're trying. I can feel you not trying.
No, I am doing everything I can.
So, it takes you twice the amount of time to
Oh,
carry
gosh.
this across because
This is bullshit.
Esteban is doing
You're
all
doing
the work. In fact,
We work because the work is good. Come, big one.
in fact, Mien's actually putting more weight on to the coffin rather than actually lifting anything.
God damn it. What did he die of eating rocks? Fuck.
At this point, I'm just doing the thing where I'm pushing it forward
Oh,
rather
gosh.
than lifting. I'm just like forcing Esteban forward with the weight of it all.
Like I'm like resting on my knees.
I can't stop. I've got terrible
damn
grip.
it.
You gotta keep going.
Deloff
This
like,
is all just happening in
sweating.
front of everybody, in front of the whole like, gathering. Just you see, Reinhold is singing a little like working song, just clapping along, trying to give them some rhythm, not doing really anything useful.
This is the worst funeral ever.
This is about as what I planned, honestly.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, it takes you twice the amount of time, but you do get it to the location and manage to switch out the coffins. I'm assuming that you're both taking the other coffin back to the cart.
Kiss?
Wait,
My like, I'm just as soon as I plop the right coffin. Fuck
What,
you guys.
do we just stack them on each other? What do you mean?
I think we put the other one on the ground and just put this coffin where it's supposed to go. Somebody else can get this. I'm tired.
It's Reinhardt's time to shine. Come on, big one. We work
Okay, so
together?
me and Reinhardt, I guess.
Yep. Same checks.
How tall is me?
Mean is pretty tall.
Oh,
I would
I
say
think-
without advantage this time.
no. Okay.
Because
I got 13.
Oh gosh.
you are managing to push it along the marble floor. It's just going that.
No. Oh no. It's a scraping sound.
Oh, just a scratching of metal on marble. Just.
Yup.
Well, if it wasn't scuffed before.
Reinhardt is strong. Reinhardt is smart.
This is how he would have wanted things.
General was so beloved. So much love.
You've managed to get it halfway.
I'm gonna turn to the room and just like address everyone. Are you just gonna watch or are you going to help?
I mean, they watched when I was struggling.
This was a beloved man.
Well, I mean, the beloved man is resting now, but we don't know who that is.
What? I thought this was the. I thought we were putting
No,
the.
no, you are pushing the other one back to
We're
the
taking the
donkey.
old lady back to the cart.
What? I thought. Okay, wait. So you two brought the actual general in.
Yeah.
We're dragging
Yeah.
the old lady
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing
Make
to
This is a
see
collect-
a, make a persuasion.
Oh god.
There-
Oh, that's about
Yeah.
22.
okay, so a
Just gonna glare at everyone. Like,
Oh gosh.
at that about 4 of the people jump in to help. There is the lieutenant, the master of the hunt. Deloth runs forward with these noodle arms, and a rather spectacular sun elf runs forward to aid you, and with this combined effort, you manage to carry the. Or maybe not if Reinhardt has any thoughts.
Reinhardt immediately quits out as soon as other people get involved and just is happy to take anyone's drink or food that they're trying to put down, but is not doing that. It's like, so beloved. Yeah, of course I will hold.
The old man in the wheelchair is also offering to take people's food and drinks for them, and then proceeding to eat them.
I'm gonna stand there doing the same thing, scowling at him. Smarter than luck.
But yes, with this combined effort, you manage to get the other coffin onto the carts and send Tori on their way with the cart. Yeah. So, managed to get the general into the right place with... Yep, you've managed to get the general into the right place.
Level 2. No.
Oh.
For the most part, yeah.
Oh.
It is just before dinner time at this point. It is the light's starting to dwindle quite a lot. And Deloth is kind of looking nervously into the back corridor, wondering how the Duchess is doing and how Victoria is faring. Victoria.
Yes.
I'm assuming that you heard all of the ordeal that was the coffins, but you can see out the corner of your eye Deloth trying to...
Yeah, I will just look at Morwen and I just put a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Now, just like the General taught us, back straight, chin up. You ready to do this?
She laughs a little and is like, frankly, I'm the one that taught him that.
She smiles. She knows both character and player knows a little bit of Daggerford history, and Victoria will say, "Yeah, I can actually see that being true. Come on, for the old man's sake, let's try and do this properly, eh?"
And with that, she'll follow you back into the main area, and back to the head of the coffin.
Now, Victoria is going to find the nearest table that has a stiff drink on it, and she will down it in one.
Yep. Okay. So there are a couple of like little side tables. There's nothing in it of like any like substance because it's obviously the Great Hall and it's a somber affair. But there's a couple of like light.
Oh, if she has to, she'll pull noble rank and ask a house worker to get her a drink.
There are little like light wines, like those little dessert wines that aren't meant to be very like.
Not meant to be woozy, but
Well, I'm picturing if there's a server around, it's going to be one of those scenes where a server is coming around with the light wines, and Victoria just takes the whole tray.
Okay. As I said, there'll be little tables around. There aren't any other than Deloth in this area. There aren't any servers or housekeepers or at the moment. There's just Deloth and as I said, a couple of tables of these little dessert wines, like just little tipples to ease the social awkwardness of a funeral.
Yeah, you'll find them at the tipple table.
I don't know if I like the sound of that.
Me too. I do like a good tipple table.
Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
Deloth actually is kind of like trailing after you, like slightly nervously and kind of looking for a time to kind of ask something, but you're not entirely sure if he's ever actually gonna ask something.
What is it, Deloth?
How's the eulogy coming along?
Victoria smiles. Just fine. Don't you worry about a thing.
Okay. Alright, well, there'll be perfect opportunity at dinner to maybe ask some of the folks here, if there's anything, or I mean, you might be fine on your own. I'm not entirely sure, but as long as we do actually have a eulogy,
Deloth, you are worrying too much. It will be fine. I promise.
It's my job to worry, but you're probably right. Deloth eyes the tipple table and goes, fuck it.
Victoria actually gives out a small laugh. Excuse me.
And then chokes on the dessert wine.
Canon. And she just clears her throat. She says, apologies. But I don't blame you. Have another one. I won't tell.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, this is fine. This'll be fine. We're just gonna get through dinner. Then we can do the funeral and the eulogy. And it'll all be over.
Doloth, do you have a proverbial roll call of all who are in attendance? Who do we have in the room?
Oh, so we've got obviously the Duchess. We've got the Duchess. But you, we've got Esteban and Mien and that strange fellow over there that I'm not entirely sure I've seen them before, but they're there. There's obviously the Lieutenant. Lieutenant Varney is here. I imagine she's going to be getting promoted. And then there's obviously the General's sister, Davra, and their uncle, Geoffrey, which is the strange bloke over there that appears to be eating everyone's snacks.
Uncle to who again exactly?
The General and
Right. Wait, he's the General's uncle?
Oh yes, it's.
I go into quiet whispers. How is he still alive? He must be ancient by now.
I mean, have you talked to him? He's not exactly all there. Honestly, I'm surprised that he outlasted the General. Honestly, yeah.
No, Father told me he had passed.
Nope. He's like a cockroach. Never get rid of him.
We tried.
We tried.
And the woman next to him?
That's the General's sister, Davra. She's very upset about this. She keeps saying that it wasn't an accident. And
what?
Well, the General. I mean, the General was in the prime of his life. He shouldn't have died. There's just, and we were not at war.
Out of game law question. How old was the General?
In his 40s.
And what's the supposed cause of death?
It was ruled an accident on the road.
Forgive me. I've heard of his sister. Never encountered her. What was her name again?
Davra.
Davra, thank you. Okay. I will speak with her then. I will see if there's any conviction to her words, because if there is any truth in it, even in the slightest, then, well, that can't be left to stand.
I'm sure she'll be very happy to have anyone look into it for her. She's a very busy woman, but is very, very upset about this, and has been looking for someone to look into it for her.
Victoria will nod, and I'll pass over the torch to somebody else.
All right. Yes. What is everyone else doing? Esteban, what are you up to?
So earlier there was someone pushing an older gentleman that I gave the what's up to. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
That's the General's sister, Davra. Yep.
Yeah, it's just gonna make my way over there, like see me lift that coffin.
You complained the entire way while carrying my brother.
But I did that though. You're welcome. Nobody stepped up. but I did that because I'm caring, considerate, modest.
Broke.
Who said that? I've got money. It's just locked up in investments.
Debts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That fine water deep property.
What?
So,
What were you to my brother?
a friend, drinking companion, mainly drinking companion. We got into a lot of shenanigans. I served a little time in the military. You can see by the muscles that I used to carry General to one of his final resting places. They were good friends, confided in each other.
Oh, so if you're such a good friend, then you'll understand that it's quite suspicious that he died on the road randomly.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I've been trying to convince everyone to look into it some more. Seems rather odd. He was just on a routine outing, escorting some people. Seems rather questionable to me.
Yeah, we should come up with a plan for how we should begin this investigation. When I plan, I like to drink. Would you like to maybe plan with me over some drinks?
Well, what is there to plan? I mean, if you're such a good friend of the generals, then
Yeah.
you'll be happy to go and investigate the site of the accident, right?
Oh, of course. I would. I'm definitely gonna do
You've got
that.
some some strapping friends here that you might be able to take with you. I'm very busy. I've got a lot on. I can't do it myself. Otherwise, I'd have already done it.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I was just about to ask, what you got any plans for after the funeral? But
Are you trying to seduce me at my brother's funeral?
what? No, absolutely not.
You go and investigate this, and find out that this totally was not an accident, and I will go on a date with you. Think of my brother.
Yeah, I am. It's just very. It's been established that this was just an unfortunate occurrence that happened to him. It'd be like that, you know. But I will confirm. That
What is wrong?
nothing
Esteban?
happened.
What is wrong, Esteban? Don't like putting in a little work for a bit of a payout?
No, like
Maybe that's why you're broke.
I'm not broke. Where is this rumor starting? I have funds. I come from a rich family. Have I started to squander my inheritance? No, I am a little bit more bold with my coin than most people.
Last I heard, you made a property investment in the Undermountain.
And it's gonna pay off. Just you wait.
Right. Lady Davra, Lieutenant Victoria de Rosa at your service. Your brother was my instructor through officers training. I do not mean to interrupt Esteban's candid negotiations, but I must ask, what makes you think, in your personal opinion, that your brother's death was more than just what they say it was, an accident?
Well, my brother was out escorting a caravan about, like, a bit of the way down the tradeway, off towards Baldur's Gate, and he's done this time and time again. This is routine stuff. And you're telling me that he, in the prime of his life, with like the military skills that he had, died by accident?
Drac, would you mind if I do a self-wisdom saving throw?
Go for it.
Okay. A actual tear comes down Victoria's face as with her free hand she holds on to her bad leg and recalls it was on that actual patrol where her accident happened. But she turns and she says, holding composure, I know the patrol route. Yes, you are right. It is usually one of the most simple. Sorry.
And I think there needs to be further investigation, because it just doesn't seem right. And I think the Duchess is just too emotional about it to want to look further into it. I'm sure she'd be happy to find out the truth.
I look at Esteban and I say, what say you? Fancy it? The route's not far. Obviously not now, but it will be not too much of a jaunt. And, well, the Lady Devara here is a fine woman.
Is everyone trying to seduce me?
I'm not.
I give a sheepish smile, and I'll turn around and I'll just say, well, not for myself, but motivations and all that. If something dangerous happens on that route, then Esteban here, in terms of danger and dealing with danger, when I actually look at them legitimately, is one of the best people to ever have your back.
I think in that moment of sincerity, Esteban's whole shtick kind of lightens up, and he goes, I've been unlucky all my life, and the general was the one to teach me to weaponize it, to use my misfortune as a weapon. So, fine.
Well, I appreciate it. I do. And I will pay. I won't expect you to do this for free. I know I'm a businesswoman, I know. So I appreciate it. Okay. What's Mien doing?
Mostly just listening. Just still not feeling comfortable in like grand halls. So it's just trying to stay out of trouble, avoiding conversations, and just waiting for time to pass, mostly.
And Reinhardt?
You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to cozy up to Mien. So I'll hobble over to Mien with a glass of dessert wine, refreshments.
Oh. Sure. She won't drink it, but she'll accept the drinking vessel.
What do you think they're talking about?
Well, from what I can tell, the general... Something about circumstances of his death. Yeah, but they're talking about...
Has anybody said how he actually died?
No, that's what they're talking about. Everyone just says accident. And apparently his sister wants to know more. An accident...
Boulder is not accident, but boulder from mountain, not from person, is accident.
I don't know.
Is accident tree? Because that seems pretty stupid accident.
It does. It does.
Should we check inside, see if he's squished? I check inside.
No, don't.
No?
Stay here. I think we've had enough.
Enough what?
Enough fun with coffins for one day.
That was not fun. That sucked. Reinhop, very clever, not very strong.
It sucked, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. It did. It sucked, yeah. The general being dead also sucks.
May I let you in on a tiny secret?
Sure.
Tinier than me? You sure?
I'll sure,
Come
and
here,
I'll
come
yeah. She like squat down.
Did not actually know, General.
Oh.
Just big folk in box.
I'll keep your secret.
You are good big folk. I
Thank
make
you.
sure you no die.
Oh, I'll make sure you know die.
Oh, look at that. Friends. Put it
Friends.
there.
Just like shakes hand, and you'd feel touching Mia's hand that the texture of her skin is almost like terracotta.
You feel as weird as I must feel to the rest of big folk.
Probably.
You sure we no check inside? Much easier to tell how die if check inside.
I know, but maybe we do that when there's not other people around. If we do it,
You say
we
we
wait.
sneak? Oh no!
I say
I sneak. Shh, it's okay. It's okay, big folk. I got you.
You got me. No,
I should go make sure they don't make fool of themselves. You want to come with?
I was going to walk over as well.
Excellent.
I had a few words.
Give me your drink. I know Kid enough another one, and you drink that one.
You can have it.
So,
And-
yeah. You okay?
Me and Will step forward towards everyone else.
I'll hand the spare drink to the general's sister, and then kind of shoo her away. Kind of like, here, take refreshment. Good. So good. Very good. Now, rest of you being very suspicious.
she seems very like confused, but for some reason is inclined to do so, just purely because it's that kind of like okay.
The whole person energy, right? Now, rest of you, be very suspicious.
You're aware Uncle Jeffrey's just been sat here the entire time, glaring at
Actually,
you all.
right, Reinhop, I did want to speak to the general sister.
Oh. Come here. You stand right there. Make yourself comfortable. Yes. Absolutely. Very comfy. Great hall. You have a great conversation. I get more wine.
Edna mode. It's just Edna mode now.
Darling.
All right, yeah, and just scurries off to go get more... Wait, does the old man have any lying next to him? Does he have like a table next to him or anything, or is he just got it all in his lap?
He's got it all in his lap, and it's just been
Can I make a sleight of hand?
go for it.
No.
What,
Stealing from the elderly.
I want to look. If I make it a feud, it's less weird than I threw him out of it. You know.
It's nothing personal. It's just your family.
Oh no, I failed.
You do not grab
Mm,
the wine
Very
glass from.
very clever, old man. Reinhop, remember you. Intellect to match Reinhop's. Sorry.
I look at
Maybe.
Davra. Yeah, I look at Davra and I say, he still has his reflexes, I see.
Yep. Do not put anything down near him. It will disappear.
And then Victoria can't help it. They just mouth to Davra, how is he still alive?
I don't know.
Screw off and get more wines and let Mian talk to the general sister. I don't know her name.
Davra.
Sure.
Everyone has asked this multiple.
I have it written down. I've taken notes.
Big folk.
Hand notes.
Hand notes.
Oh gosh.
So it now says Dave.
Sister Dave.
Like I said, it's been a minute.
Devra, I don't mean to impose on your conversation, but I couldn't help over here and being both a friend of Victoria's and owing a debt to the late general myself, I would happily volunteer to help.
Great. The more eyes, the better.
I don't know. I can account for your help not being actually a lot of help.
We are actually very skilled.
Are you helping as well, Reinhard?
I'm not being left alone.
No, but I didn't know
Just
if
like
you had,
evilizing the old man.
I didn't know if you had other things to attend to after the funeral.
No, you make sure I no die. I stay with you.
Oh, wonderful.
You've now adopted a kobold.
Gently
I'm
hiss the
living with
old
this.
guy.
While you're all having these little chit chat conversations, Deloth starts going like really, really quietly and ineffectually, trying to get everyone's attention, and eventually, as he starts. Everyone like quietens down, and it's now time for the dinner. Before we proceed with the funeral. So if you all follow me into the dining room, we'll have a light supper and to just share some stories and then we can proceed with the
Proceedings?
yes, not festivities, those, yes. Okay, right, yes, over this way, follow me, and he leaves off into the dining room. You enter into a more simplistic room. It's not grand in any sense of the word in comparison to the white marbled stained glass windowed building that you've just come from. It feels like it's more of an offshoot, like it was tacked on as a last minute kind of thing. And there's two wooden tables being attended by a couple of waiters, and you can see another halfling in the back, kind of bossing everyone around rather loudly. So everyone goes in. Reinhard, you're gonna be next to Uncle Jeffrey. Esteban.
Mian would make sure to place herself between Uncle Jeffrey and Reinhard.
Okay, we want to swap places?
Yeah, we swap places. Just to make sure, you know.
So we're not just stabbing each other with forks under the table.
Yeah, like placing an adult between the two kids that aren't getting along.
Oh dear.
Esteban, where do you want to go? Assuming.
Sorry, my roll-20 froze.
Oh. Okay.
Better give it a blanket.
I've jammed you in there then. Victoria, you wanted to move to the other end of the table or something?
No, I'm happy there.
Okie dokes. Right. Right. So you're all seated.
Okay, I'm back. I'll move right here. Sorry.
Awesome. So everyone's seated. You have like a quite a very hearty meal, but not one that's particularly lavish or exuberant. It's just some nice, simple, like warming, like that kind of bone warming stew that really just kind of comforts your heart, and some lightly roasted pheasant as like an accompaniment. There's more drinks options here. The drink now is quite abundant. So you have a range of not only wines, but you've got your ales. You've got some port there to have as extra tipples. Basically, it's a decent spread, and this is your opportunity to chit chat with the others attending. Victoria, you're seated opposite a very very proud, very well built man in very shiny, slightly dinted armor that is walking with a dragon bone cane, and Esteban, you are seated near well, I'm going to move you back over to here with a very dashing looking sun elf, very like basically looks like a sunbeam has been made into a person. Reinhard is opposite the Duchess, which is some choices, some life choices right there. And Mian, you are next to Uncle Jeffrey, the constable, and the master of the hunt. It's very busy. It's very crowded. Everyone's in very close proximity. Is anyone that you wish to talk to? Now's your opportunity.
I do wish to. There's the master of the hunt across from Mian.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. You are a master of hunt, yes?
Yes. What?
No, all the lands around this path, yes?
Yes.
Me and friend Mian go on adventure soon. You know all parts, yes?
Quite well, yes.
Have maps, maybe?
I do have some maps that can put you on trails for hunting.
Scouts, or do you lead?
We have a couple of scouts, but what game are you hunting?
It is not hunt, it's adventure, but it's near proximity, and you are best person, right, Mian? This person best help us.
Of course, if anyone knows the land, it would be the master of the hunt.
And best not get soldiers involved. Only soldiers cause mess. Soldiers need time rest and mourn, grieve. I hope you're doing very well, by way. Just like talking, just like turning to the Duchess briefly. But like, you send a scout.
She looks a little bit offended by the whole best not to include soldiers, but isn't entirely sure what you're on about either. So is just kind of keeping to herself.
And you will send a scout, or you will come with us after. We are friends of dear departed big general, and so you will help us, right, Mia?
I adore your enthusiasm, but I'm not sure that this is the time and place.
What is it that you're needing? I mean, if you're friends of the general and such, I'd be happy to help in whatever way I can, but I'm not entirely sure what...
Big one will help us.
After the funeral, we'll want a word, Huntmaster.
You will stay around and you will assist.
We
like,
asked
wait,
you to stay around to exchange a few words.
Is there wines and stuff around the place now?
Yeah.
Like, is there actually like? Reinhold will pour a glass and just put it in front of Duchess. That this will ease your momentary pains, but only you will ease your journey. Reinhold is so smart.
So
Reinhold. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm okay.
But the lesser was it. But Reinhold is going to have a serious moment and look at the side though. But Reinhold does know true pain.
Oh.
It get better. And it's just going to take a big old swig of wine, and get back to eating. Just proud of itself that it's definitely done something very clever.
Reinhold, I'd like you to also make a Constitution roll for me.
Oh, gosh, yes,
because you have been knocking them
chugging
back.
Oh,
and meanwhile,
don't fail me now.
oh no, you're doing okay. You're holding your booze. Meanwhile, Esteban.
So I'm next to Sun Elf fellow, right?
Yes. It's very, very serious, very, very quiet looking gentleman that everything is very delicate. Every move very, very controlled.
Hey. Sad day.
Indeed. It is a loss of a great, great man.
I'm Esteban, by the way. It's lovely to meet you.
I'm Sir Dolphin.
Sir Dolphin. Lovely name.
Thank you. How did you know the general?
Drinking friends.
I wasn't aware the general drank, but that's
Well, it was more I would drink. He would tell me I should probably stop.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's a good line. Oh.
So you come here with anybody?
I do not have a wife or family. I came here with Sir Istival. Actually, gentleman over there at the end of the table.
Do I look better than him?
I wouldn't say that I'd know how to judge that in particular. I know what you mean.
I think I do. So a couple of us are getting together after the funeral to go solve a mystery, and I was just kind of thinking like, hey, this looks like this looks like a guy that likes mystery. So I was like thinking maybe after this we get out of here.
I'm not entirely sure if you're asking me out on a date or if you're trying to make me join your adventure.
Yes.
Well, I'm not one for war or fighting. I leave that to Sir Isteval. Although,
so he can fight too, huh?
yes, he is quite the man.
Are y'all a thing?
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by thing?
I'm trying to bring you to solve a mystery with me, and then you immediately throw him in my face again. So I'm like, I just want to know: are you feeling the waves here? Like, are you? I can't make it much clearer than I'm feeling you, and I feel like you know that, but you're really making this difficult for me. So
make a perception check.
Oh, get out.
Okay. Here we go.
I do want to say that Mian is having secondhand embarrassment right now.
Just hearing that behind him.
You observe nothing. He is just like completely unreadable.
Oh gosh.
But it also means
you're
that
giving me nothing here.
Yeah. And you are distracted from your conversation by one of the waiting staff dropping a platter of food at the end of the table. At which point the elf has used the opportunity to move to a different conversation.
Wow.
Victoria.
Rip.
Do I know of Sir Isteval?
You would know of Sir Isteval. Sir Isteval is quite the hero among heroes, so is quite a notable person in the area. Is a retired dragon slayer that was renowned for all of his exploits, but alas was injured in his last slaying of said dragons, but did manage to kill said dragon and take the bones and craft them into his cane that he now uses to aid him in his limp.
I look at him, sit down, and I kind of make a notion to my walking staff, and and in a demeanor where what I'm trying to do is soldiers shooting the shit, is Victoria will say, my lord, left leg or right leg?
He laughs. It's like, yes, it's it's the left one.
Opposite. I did my right leg in. How's it feeling these days?
You know, creaks in the weather. It's
God, tell me about it.
Definitely got myself a storm detector here.
Victoria laughs. She knows exactly what he's talking about, and she looks at him and she just says, well, at least you served the realm nobly and honorably. I heard about the dragon fight and the subsequent injury. All that happened to me was a horse fell on my leg.
it doesn't matter the method of the injury, only how you deal with it going forward.
I know. But I do not know if you know of me, and I do not intend to throw my name around. But I'm of House de Rosa, and, well, we're a line of military officers, and we've always prided ourselves on not trying to be the best, but being the best that we can be. The General was my instructor. And, well, it just feels like sometimes I've let the family down because, well, I was only halfway through officers' training and that horse came down on my leg.
The General spoke very highly of you, and your injury does not put an end to the deeds that you may yet accomplish. You are of the heart of a hero, and there will always be a way.
Aye, and I'm looking for it as we speak. Tell me, do you know of my family's history and that of my great uncle?
I've heard of some tales of your family.
Let's just say, sir, I seek to heal this so I can be at my absolute best to expunge his taint. And I just wanted you to know, Sir Estevan, you're an inspiration. I don't mean to pucker up. Not my intention. But I just want you to know that through the General's teachings, I studied your exploits, your techniques, and, well, I hope to, everything included, I hope to replicate them someday. If not for my family's sake, but also for the General's. He was him and the soldier over there, me and Celestial. If it wasn't for them, I may not be even walking. So I want to do great things for him. And yeah, I just want you to know, as we have this opportunity in this place of remembrance, that you're an inspiration to that. Although, that dragon cane, I gotta ask, gods, is that not a bit coarse on the hands?
It reminds me of what has been and what I have done in this world to enact Lathander's will. I believe you will do as you set out. I have faith Lathander will watch over you.
Well, I don't follow the Morning Lord myself, although I mean no disrespect. I follow the Patron of Knowledge. But sometimes, as the old saying goes, I will take all the help that I can get.
And with that, petering off onto other topics, I'm going to go back to Esteban. Now, the elf did leave the conversation, and you go back to your thing, light chit chats around. Then you notice, after a while, the elf seems to be staring at you. A lot more confused than he was. Seems like something's definitely come over him.
Esteban is going to walk over. You'll have to forgive me. People grieve differently, and perhaps I didn't go about meeting you the right way. I'm Esteban. I don't recall getting your name again. I was lost in the moment.
Sir Dolphin. I mean, you have really shiny skin. He's just gonna start reaching for your face.
Okay, I can make this work. Yeah, I like your face too.
Can you see all of the colors of the voices?
I'm gonna smell for booze. Like, are you boozed up right now?
Roll a perception for me.
Oh, that's not great.
Roll a booze check.
13.
I do wanna just going off that real quick. It's been my intention that Mian has not been partaking in any alcohol at all during this.
You don't smell any booze.
Are you okay?
It seems pretty obvious. Like you would be able to tell.
Right.
And there is no booze smell.
Yeah, I wanted to note that my wisdom is a 9. I am oblivious. Okay, cool. Well, did you want to join the mystery thing?
Mystery of life? Already a part of that.
I mean, between you and me,
Have
we
you
don't
seen
really...
the windows? They're so cool.
Oh, this is getting a little weird even for me. Oh,
your camera seems to have frozen.
Oh no!
Great expression though.
I'm getting Pennywise vibes from that one.
Wow.
Boop. And boop. There we go.
Hey.
Just have to do some camera juggling. It's gonna listen. Are you okay? Like, we don't have to do the mystery. We can just.
Feel great. Like, I haven't felt this good in a while. Don't tell Thirstival that though. He will not like that.
All right, what is this guy to you?
Why? Are you trying to steal him?
Like, what? Is he cute? Like, what does he look like?
He's a celebrated hero. Of course he's cute.
I'll celebrate a hero. Then maybe a little bit I might try and steal him.
How audible is this conversation?
I mean,
Esteban is not.
Sid Dolphin is being quite loud.
Yeah, Esteban has no shame, so he's probably just as.
But as Sir Dolphin's like starting to like look like he's gonna start flailing at you, but in a really like pathetic way.
Oh, I think that killed it. I think that's the moment where I'm no longer interested. I think that's what's happening here. Oh!
Doloth is going to stand up and once again be like, "Hi, it's time for the eulogy and the funeral to start. If everyone would make their way into the room, so we can get this started." And everyone starts moving their way.
Have we all just heard this exchange? Specifically me and Mien heard this exchange behind us then?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. What is the guy's name who's been talking to us repeatedly?
The one that
Sir
you've been
Dalwyn.
talking to, or the one that's...
Ptolemy. My
Sir
brain is just not letting me have it.
Sir Darfin.
Dolphin.
No. The wonky one.
Wonky.
The nervous one that's been helpful.
Oh,
Helpful.
Deloth.
Yeah. Reinhold is gonna go to Delos. I'm gonna go to Yank.
Okay.
That one is drunk and should not be here.
That seems unlikely. Sir Darfin doesn't drink.
Well,
There's
very
something
wrong.
going on.
Something terrible. Terrible. See?
Is anyone else acting similarly?
Everyone else seems really composed, really as you have seen them, as much as you know of them.
Okay.
Seems normal.
So it's just this person who's like acting out of sorts.
Just Sir Darfin, yes. Okay. Deloth gives Victoria a little.
All right.
Floor's yours.
Yeah, in that case, I'll
Remember the
look.
paper? I wrote that.
I look to Morwen for a nod to proceed.
The Duchess nods, but you can see that she's starting to get quite, like, emotional, so she just...
Very well. We are here today to say goodbye to a truly exceptional man. A man who touched many different lives in many different ways. Look around this room. All of us here come from different walks of life. But the General, either directly or through passing, meant something to us. He had the dubious task of taking the latest line of my family and trying to turn them into the officers and soldiers of the generations that came before. He looked at my companion, Mien Celestial, and even though she was a member of our unit, he knew her. He remembered her. And believe it or not, that is actually a big thing, because when a general has command over sometimes even legions of troops, it is hard to remember each and every one of them. But he did. He knew everyone by name. He knew everyone by face. He knew everyone and treated everyone equally. True, he was a commanding officer, and he knew when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. Oh, my gods, did he know how to crack the whip? But this man knew everyone he touched. And well, today, as both a soldier and a person, we have perhaps lost one of the best of us.
Could I
But-
interrupt everyone there
Oh, sure.
and get everyone to roll perception?
Oh no.
I only pretend to be good at this one. Oof.
I rolled a 0 because I'm still bugged out over Sir Dolphin.
17 for Victoria.
Okay, so while you're doing the eulogy, you notice Sir Dolphin is like intermittently during this talk been like swaying. Looked at one point like he was trying to crawl the walls. Has stripped down to just his trousers at this point. And it's just been left to it because everyone's obviously super focused on the eulogy. It's a really somber event. And so no one's really been monitoring him. But as you're rounding up, suddenly he runs forward, goes, "He's not dead! He's not dead! I can see the coffin moving! He's not dead!" And he's running towards the coffin to open it.
Do I see this movement?
You see the movement. You have the opportunity to try and stop him before he gets the coffin.
I will attempt to make a grab at him then.
Okay, so
But-
just make me a strength, like grapple, so
Athletics?
yeah.
As I do this, I will shout, "There is truth in his words. Stand ready."
What?
23.
You manage to grapple him quite successfully. Obviously, this causes quite the ruckus. Like, you are taking down a sun elf in the middle of a funeral, in the middle of a eulogy.
Yeah, but in that case, as I take him down, I speak my words, and I am motion to the moving coffin.
The coffin is moving.
Oh, well, bloody. Fucking-
Told you we should have had peek.
Maybe you're right.
And as
Mian
you
is just gonna saddle a bit closer while this happening, just a little bit along the wall.
as you adjust, out pops the general. Now, from what you know of the general, well, A, he's supposed to be dead for a start. B, who is a very intimidating man. He was 6 foot. He was built. He was had a very, very chiseled, rich complexion. He was handsome as he was celebrated in his military endeavors. He now looks very sunken, very washed out, very, very, well, very dead. Like everything has been drained from him. His eyes are wild. And his hands are clawed. His teeth are long. He's looking around wildly, getting his bearings. Turns around and sees the Duchess. Yes.
May I pop a divine sense?
Go for it.
Okay, so for 1 round, I learn. I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiends or undeads within 60 feet, not behind cover.
Okay.
And Mian's eyes are usually like polished metal. For a moment, they just look dark, like they rust over, and then return.
Okay. It's definitely undead.
And she will take a tentative step forward and just like start unsheathing, but she's waiting. She's not taking any action.
As you are analyzing this, figuring this out, everyone's getting very, like, worked up here. Like, everyone's just, like, distraught, confused, perplexed. It's starting to get into a point where everyone's just like, what do they do? What's happening? What's going on? And the general grabs the Duchess and immediately runs towards the stained glass window.
Eldritch Blast, please.
Go for it.
Alrighty. Yeah. 17?
So, where are you aiming?
I'm aiming at his legs. I want to cut his mobility down. I don't want him to take the Duchess. I don't want him to move. I want us to kind of try and pin him down.
Okay. Roll to hit. Like,
I got a 17.
damage.
Oh, roll for damage. Alrighty. 7 again.
It does hit. He hisses at the room that continues on his trajectory, jumping through the window, going, "The master will be pleased." And it's out the window with the Duchess.
Shit.
I'm running. I'm gonna chase and keep firing.
Okay. How are you running? What are you doing? Where are you going?
The stained glass that he jumped out of, like,
Yes.
how high is it?
It's pretty high, so it will be at least 5 feet before it starts.
Oh, it's gonna suck.
How high from the ground?
Yeah.
Like, what's the fall?
So it'd be 5 feet.
5 feet.
Okay, then.
Oh.
Okay, then. Yeah, I'm jumping out the window, and I'm firing, and I'm like yelling at the general, like, "Dude, stop! Don't make me do this."
Dude, why you gotta be like
this?
this?
The worst.
Don't make me do this. Bang, bang, bang.
He is crawling up the wall with the Duchess. And he's paying no attention to you.
I'm gonna take another shot then,
Okay,
if I can.
take another shot, but this time with a disadvantage.
Alrighty. Where's? I guess roll twice. A 17 and then a 22.
Nice. Yep, that hits again. Roll for damage.
I think, like, once he's far enough away from the funeral, it gets more genuine. You're like, please don't make me do this. Please, you taught me this. Stop.
Mian would turn around and stride towards Dolphin. No, Dulof.
Dulof,
Is
yep.
there a way to get upstairs?
There isn't an upstairs.
Then where are they headed? The roof?
There, I don't know. I don't know what's even happening. What? Wait, the general's alive. What? Where did he take
No.
the Duchess?
He's not.
They're scaling the ground walls.
Is there any way to get up to the roof?
Other than climbing the building, I'm not entirely sure. We don't really need to do that other than get maintenance people in. Could try there's some trestle, but I don't know whether or not that would reach.
Are there chimneys? Are there outcroppings?
I mean, you could try, but I don't tend to really climb the building.
If Esteban can't take him down, then we'll have to track and follow.
Esteban, yell if you lose sight of them.
As you're saying this, he's over the wall.
But are they like scaling?
They are scaling the
out?
outer wall. The outer wall, is in a castle. You have your keep, and you have the outer wall.
Oh,
right?
okay.
He is up and over that wall, and moving very rapidly.
The way I interpret it is when they were climbing the castle wall, not the wall.
No, it's not going King Kong on this.
No, that's because that's. Yeah.
No, escaping the castle.
Yeah. So, me and would give like a look towards Victoria, a bit of a look towards Reinhop, and then while like power walking past Dulof would say, "Tell the guards to fire. That is not the general." And then start like Terminator running out.
Can I make some kind of check to potentially identify what sort of thing he has become?
Yeah, make me a the Arcana, but it's more like
Religion.
Yeah.
Not trained, but my religion isn't bad, so we'll give it a go. No, not this,
he's undead.
not this time. Not on that 6. Nope.
Can Reinhardt interrogate the sun elf that's, I imagine, thrashing on the floor half naked right now?
Yeah. Literally doing snow angels.
Yeah, everyone else
on the floor.
Darts for the wind and goes full. He'll wobble over there, give him a little kick in the head, like, "You, what's going on with you?"
Oh no, I've been feeling amazing since dinner.
Like twinkle amazing or like warm amazing?
Huh?
This may be waste, but like here, just grab him by the head. I'm gonna use detect magic real quick.
You don't detect any magic.
You're just weird, then, ain't you? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Awesome.
To be fair though, with the you, big scary looking fella. He's weird. Go fix him. Bye bye.
Okay.
Chase after me, and as we all run out that castle, I assume.
What is the plan? Are you just running right after him over the?
What I can tell,
the
we'll
outer
just
wall of the castle.
Just diving out of the castle and going into the woods. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Well, yeah. Mian is fairly athletic and would literally just start running.
Yeah, that's my family, distant family, but still family. So I'm gonna track and follow.
Okay, so you're gonna try and scale the wall.
Oh, I was gonna go out the front entrance.
Yeah. No, I know Reinhardt's going out the front way.
Oh god.
Yeah, and you said you're going to scale the wall.
No, I'm running around. I'm
Okay,
running out and around,
so
but I'm going full force.
Right. So you know that, like, the side, there is no way of getting directly around the back end of the castle because it's basically it's surrounded by a moat. So you would have to go out of the castle, leave Daggerford, and make your way round to the other side of the river.
That much. Okay.
Well, we have no way of getting across the moat, even if we scale the wall. The best.
Are we,
So-
for the sake of the mind's eye, are we equipped with all of our inventory, even though we're like
Yes.
at an event?
You're equipped with
Then-
all of your inventory.
Okay, then I do have a weird thing that I might want to do.
Okay.
But go ahead.
We have
No, I'll
limited time. We've got about 5 minutes before we need to finish up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind saving it for cliffhanger.
I was just gonna say, since like I think I was the first one to bolt after him, I do have a climber's kit, and he would have used that to
Okay.
scale
So you get a
after them.
Okay, right.
Oh.
So
To be fair, I will just follow the person who go. Oh yeah, I thought you froze for a second. There. You just stood really still.
oh no, yeah, I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for you.
If this man's going, is already gonna huck up there and is already just like reeling it, like I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow the leader. You know, it's gonna be a wacky time, but like, surely they figured this out. They obviously wouldn't do anything without having an intellectual thought process from here to that point there. So clearly, I can trust them.
Okay.
So if Esteban's out the window, I'll climb up that. I'll be scurrying up that rope after him.
Right. So you're going up the wall. You look over the wall. There is a quite sheer drop into the moat.
Can we see the general and the duchess?
General is already down, and so there's a point where this moat scales off in towards the main river that boxes in Daggerford. So it is he and the Duchess are already running down the banks.
Could we possibly get moved to the city map?
Yep.
For some visual aid? Thank you. So they're heading towards...
So they're heading,
Okay. Oh.
and again,
Oh, so
I did
the-
draw
they
this
went
off of
to
my
travel.
own thing, so it's not
That's fine.
accurate.
Oh, okay. So is the river supposed to be behind the castle?
So the river it mostly encircles it,
Okay. Oh, I see.
but then it branches off. But because I didn't have much at this edge of the map, I couldn't draw it.
That's all right. So does that mean that we're over here, right?
So you are like here,
Yeah.
right at this edge here.
And there's a
Mhm.
river that's basically attaching this bit here.
Yeah. So the main river is on this side, and there is this moat.
Can I-
Imagine imagine
Can I
this
throw it?
curl. Imagine this curl is more along the edges of the castle. Okay. Look, I did what I could.
Does it go like that?
Yeah, more like that.
Don't worry, it's just a random big line.
How tall is the wall?
Terrible.
It's not within jumping distance.
No, but how tall is it?
Oh god, now I'm gonna have to do math.
You signed up for this.
Well, I wasn't expecting you to try and scale the wall. Funnily enough, I thought, oh,
You made the
there'll be more
baddie go up the wall. We're going after.
Oh, this is...
I've regrets, that's for sure. So
The standard castle wall, like 50
what's a
foot?
standard castle wall? So something that you can't stand next to. So it should be at least 3 people's height, stood on top of each other.
The 20 foot?
Yes, and then it goes down a cliff into because most of Daggerford is raised up on a hill, so it has got a sheer drop of maybe about another 15 feet into the moat.
That's like minimum 4 C6.
Last question. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Are there like soldiers patrolling the wall?
There are not many. There are some in the front that you noticed when you entered the castle, but there's
But not
really.
here.
Not really.
I'm jumping in the boat.
What?
Just jumping.
You jumping?
Okay.
Yeah.
If
There's a
you look
boat?
like you're going to jump,
jumping in the
Mian
boat?
would
Oh.
hand you the end of her rope and just like be ready to
Yeah.
like
I'm
very
just-
quickly let you down.
I'm going to use this opportunity, right, to speed things along, because we've spent a good 10 minutes trying to scale a wall.
Hey,
This
I
isn't
was
even the
good to
worst.
go.
This is not even my final form.
So I'm going to speed things along and do a bit more of a montage, okay? So, it sounds like you were wanting to pursue the general with the Duchess down the wall, through the moat, and pursue and track. Okay. So, do we have anyone who wants to make a survival roll of tracking?
I'm supposed to. I'm not gonna make this more complicated. No, you're good. You're good.
No, and this is why we don't have real candles, eh? Oh gosh. I can. I'll give it. I'll give it a shot. Would anyone like to? Would anyone like to help me? Can I get some help from someone? For
Yeah, I will help you.
Don't help. That is a completely different human being. Drac. Sorry. It's just giving me different names. I'm so sorry. Brain is
It's okay.
just going.
Okay.
Yeah. See.
That's why we're trying to.
Is it alright if I have advantage if?
Yes, it's all right.
All right. There we go.
Well, you're gonna need it because that was a.
Oh, just 16. Oh gosh, that was bad. Yeah, I was thinking the wrong way. Would a 16 have found the trap?
Yes, 16 will be fine. So you are going to track the general and the Duchess. The general moves very fast. Is very difficult to pursue, but you keep track. But you feel like you're losing distance on their movements. You pursue for about half an hour. And at this point, it's the middle of the night. It is stormy. It is getting difficult to traverse.
Oh gosh, what have we done?
But you eventually come to a point along the tradeway. After pursuing through wilderness, you rejoin the road and you realize that you're around about the area that the accident happened.
Huh.
You see the general and the Duchess going off track deep into the woods. And what you notice is that the woods, in all of this rain and this stormy weather, seems thick and caked in mist. You see at the roadside some graves where apparently some of the people from the accident had been buried. One of which has the general's name on it. Are you pursuing?
Is it like an empty grave?
The grave
these
has
are all
been dug
full?
up. The grave has been dug up.
going into wilderness is fundamentally a bad idea. But a lady will die if we don't.
And you know for a fact you're not getting that will reading without the general.
Esteban's like a dog with a bone right now. He's just going.
Same.
Oh, you don't.
Same. That's my family after all.
Ian?
You go, Ian?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Maddie feet tonight.
So you pursue into the woods. The mist gets thicker. It seems to coat every tree. Your visibility seems to just fall away from you. Now, all you can see is the white thickness of the mist closing in around you, and you can no longer see the road behind. And that's where we'll finish. Sorry that took a little bit longer than, than anticipated.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. Thank you.
All right.
A lot of fun. Thank you very much.
When you started questioning our wall climbing, I was like, shit, are we supposed to stay?
No, it was a case of there are much easier ways to have done this, but sure, okay.
This is a typical overcomplicating of a situation for a bunch of players.
Yeah, but it was like, I was like, I just want to run around. And you were like, are you sure? And baby second guess everything.
Right, as soon as the DM goes, you want to do that? You're like, not anymore. Not anymore. Fuck no, I don't want to do that. Thank you.
Not when you make it sound like it's a bad idea.
That's why I just do what I want to do.
Because listen, I was going to make a zip line.
Ain't no second guessing when you just.
Clever.
Ain't no second guessing when you go with your gut.
Yeah, I was gonna tie my rope, hand my manacles to Reinhop, and then I would like rappel down and just like hold it tight and let you rappel like a zip line down.
Yeah.
With a Daggerford ODST.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed our first session of Curse of Strahd. Yes. I know it wasn't Curse of Strahd, so to speak, but
we're getting there.
We're getting there. I had to get you to where you needed to go.
Yeah. I mean, Steve's already dead, so what can he do?
Nah, he's always with us, especially now.
Steve's dead until Strahd brings him back.
But yes,
so hoping that happens.
Once again, thank you all for joining us. I hope you had fun. Can I get one more quick round of who you are, where people can find you? Let's start with Vanitas.
Hello, I'm Vanitas, or Storyteller Vanitas, or Keaton. I'm one half of Uncanny Queers. We sometimes stream on Twitch. You can find us under Uncanny Queers. Yeah, we do a menagerie of different things. I'm mostly an artist these days. But you can find all our stuff that's released over on our Ko-fi Uncanny Queers.
Next, we have Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm the primary GM. At the moment, the only GM, but that's going to change next year. Yes, I'm the primary GM for a group called Roll Tales. You can find us primarily on YouTube at Roll Tales. We do have a Twitch channel, but that's more a sort of like chill out video game channel when I just want to take it easy. But literally everywhere, Roll Tales, all except Instagram, which is Roll Tales RPG, and that's it. That's me.
Josie?
That's me. I'm the Josie Poser. I'm the posiest of Josers, and I'm an RPG streamer that streams at Josie Poser, and I play a lot of D&D.
Okay, and Noah.
Hey, hello everybody, I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as The Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And I just launched my website, thenoirenigma.com, so you can go get merch and find out all the stuff that I'm doing. I am the geeky host of Gen Con's Table Takes. I host my own show, Morning Ritual. This week we have Jill Stanton, formerly of the Cleveland Browns, big D&D fan. And on Mondays, you can catch me on Q Times Beacon, which is using a Free League's Alien game, and it's sponsored by Demiplane.
All right. Thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us. Next D&D session will be in 2 weeks. Thank you, players, for being here and joining me for session 0. Yes, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your evening or day. I hope you have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you all soon. Say bye all.
Bye all.
Bye.
Bye all. Oh, gosh.
Bye all.
Oh.